feeling such a high vibe on New York. So someone just ran out with a sandwich. It looks very clean down here. I am pretty impressed so far.
Pretty much back to normal.
Whoa! Famous Wall Street. The average salary here, $565,000 a year.
So nice, very good.
Little rain, but not too bad. Drenched. We're gonna go Upper East Side, old money New York. Let's turn up the volume a bit. We're deep in the Bronx now. Crime is down quite a bit in the city. If you're to believe the government's numbers, tell us about this neighborhood.
It's disgusting.
It's ghetto.
It's treacherous. Don't come over here if you're a tourist.
What a good decision. Let's cruise into Central Park. So you have fresh eyes on the United States because you just came here 3 years ago. What do you think about the country? We're going to a part of the Bronx I had no idea existed. We have some lobster specials here. Just wanted to show you guys a different New York City. Good morning, guys. Here in New York City, a place that makes a lot of noise on the world stage, a place that is always changing. But what is New York City like now? Today, we're gonna start here on the most southern tip of Manhattan. And the goal is to get all the way up to the Bronx to show you the sights, but more importantly, talk to the locals, get their take on what their city is currently like. Let's do this. So it all sort of happened in this area right here. The Dutch settlers called this New Netherlands, 1624. All right, guys, I'm trying to find it for you. It's been closed off. It's the monument for the Netherlands. Where is it? There it is. We can see the top of the flagpole. So New Netherlands expanded from Delaware all the way to upstate New York. And the reason was the fur trade. So right here, there was a massive fort, obviously no longer. And there's the monument. It's not really that great of a monument, to be honest. Let's get in. I want to show you some of these streets here. These streets are super interesting because unlike the rest of New York City, they don't take on a grid pattern. So they were designed, we can see a little bit here, but we'll get in there in a curved way. New Amsterdam, New York City used to be called. You can see that looks a little bit like Amsterdam. And the financial district here is a maze of amazing architecture. And I want to bring you over to Wall Street, the capital of capital in the world. Here's where people from around the world come to make their fortunes. New York Stock Exchange, a roughly $25 trillion market cap, largest in the world. Then we have the NASDAQ, 20 trillion market cap, second largest globally. There's a lot of jobs down here. Salary here is, I researched that last night. I came up with an average of $565,000 a year. And so you're taking the ones that are making billions and the ones that are probably making 50 grand, but still, there's a lot of money to be made if you're in the right place down here. The Tower of Money is higher than the Tower of God in New York. It's interesting. Some older cities in Europe, I don't know if it's still the story anymore, but the church had to be the top. That was the pinnacle of power, but no longer. And it is capital. And what's been created out of this city, the brains, the hustle, and just the system that allowed it to flourish is like nothing else. It's quite remarkable. And I gotta say, it looks very clean down here. I am pretty impressed so far. The streets are nice. Don't even see much of that. I don't know if that holds for the rest of the city, but down here it looks nice. All right, here we are in the East Village. And what's interesting right now in New York City is all the taxi drivers, or almost all of them that I've had in the last couple days, Couple from India, but mostly Central Asia, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan. It's interesting how they find their way into certain industries. Here, we got looks like a movie or a show. All right, so East Village here, originally part of the Lower East Side, settled by German immigrants. And get this, it was called Klein Deutschland. I don't know what Klein means, but Deutschland, Germany. So 50s and 60s, more of a countercultural type place, artists, poets, cheap rents at the time, the beats, that sort of vibe. 70s, 80s, more punk rock. And then today, from my understanding, it's more gentrified like so many parts of this city, but still has some of its rawness to it, I would say. Some authenticity here. And that equipment's worth a little more than my GoPro here. Are you part of this, sir? Are you part of this project?
Yeah, I bought the car.
You brought the car.
Yeah, it's a 74 Common Dia.
Oh, that is cool.
So he's going to make a phone call from the car and she's going to be up in the window.
Do you know what show this is?
No, I'm not sure because they do it so much that I don't even...
There's so many moving parts to a production like this.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's wild, huh? Just you got to actually get the permits from the city, right? To shut down the street here.
Oh, yeah. There's
take
like,
the lanes. And
hundreds of people that all do different things.
hundreds.
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
The camera can't go inside.
You've been doing this since high school.
Yeah,
Okay, so you run this jib operation here.
exactly. Yeah, it's fun. Every day is a little different. You know, we're in like different parts of the city. You know, cool, see cool stuff. You know, places people usually don't get to go.
Right.
Penthouses, like, you know, we get like kind of exclusive access to places where typically like you have to pay big money to get into.
And this is just for one scene here.
Yeah.
One shot.
One shot. Yeah, and then we'll move
That
to another
is
location
so
in a few
wild.
hours and do the same thing somewhere else.
So the final product of this shot will be what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, something like short.
It has to be thought up, and then you got to figure out location.
Yeah.
Then you got to get the apartment up there.
Yeah, exactly. Big production meetings, go into logistics, everything. Like a circus, you know. Like
It is cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys all know each other pretty well? Or it
Yeah, it's
depends?
kind of a small town, you know, like as far
Okay.
as business, like it's a big business, but it's still relatively small as far
Okay.
as like, you know, yeah.
How is the industry right now overall? Would you say?
It was like, it was slow for a little while. We had a strike like recently, you know,
Okay.
like it felt like a year or two ago, and we're coming out of that and things starting to pick up again.
Okay.
But, yeah.
What's your take on the city right now?
It's
The
like,
pulse of the city.
you know, when I was younger, I feel like it was a little cleaner, a little like, you know,
Okay.
it's kind of gotten a little rough as of recently,
Okay.
you know, for various reasons, but, you know, I think we'll get through it, you know, yeah. That's one of my coworkers.
Cool. Well,
Dude, keep
thank
it going.
you. I
dude.
appreciate
love
it.
watching your stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I look forward to watching this. We can't say what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Take care. Big fan. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. So that's the other end of the spectrum, you guys. So from me with a GoPro, a wandering curiosity, and the ability to talk to people, and to something like that, which is so well organized and thought through and orchestrated by true professionals. It's such a cool vibe going on out there. It's so interesting that all of this goes for like 1 30-second shot. All right, let's check out more of this part of town. East Village is a cool neighborhood. I like it because it's not totally posh, but there are a lot of nice places and a lot of detail. Graffiti here, not in financial. I've been to this city a million times. My parents are from Hoboken, New Jersey. So growing up in Vermont, we came here a lot. The crime topic has always been a popular one in New York City. Crime is actually, new numbers just came out, is down quite a bit in the city. Technically, shootings and homicides are down. I just want to read those off for you. This year, 412 shooting incidents with 489 victims. First 7 months of 2025. Now in 1993, when it was really bad, when I was a kid walking these streets with my father, and I remember that, 42nd Street was not a pretty thing, there were 3,114 shootings, 3,451 victims of gun violence. So right now, murders are down 49% over last year, Robbery down 7.5%, felonies dropped 8.2%, burglaries down 14.2%. I don't have carjackings, I don't know what that's called, but I think that actually is up. Subway crime has decreased, second lowest in 27 years. I almost find that hard to believe, but what do I know? These are the most recent numbers. It's not all great. Rape is up 33%. And this is not a good one. Juvenile shooting incidents up roughly 15%. From 2018 to 2024, the increase in juvenile shooters spiked by nearly 200%. So that's a stat that's looking really bad here in the city. But overall, if you're to believe the government's numbers, which, I mean, homicides, that's pretty objective, it's pretty clear, then that is good news. Now, I do remember being in San Francisco in 2020, and they were turning a lot of felonies into misdemeanors, and so they're like, felonies are down, but, well, because you turned a lot of them into misdemeanors, so that changed the numbers. So you always got to dig deeper on these numbers, but from what I just read you, that is an optimistic sign here. So here we are, Union Square. We're making our way up Manhattan here, up towards Midtown, and I will say you see not more homeless than the pandemic, no, but maybe than 6 years ago, I would say, and that's just my experience. And more mental health issues that can be said for all over the country in different cities. I was following a guy yesterday who was karate chopping signs on the street. They're like some foldable signs, and he'd come karate chopping in and fall in the process and then yell at the sign. So he wasn't all there. You see a bit of that, unfortunately. But if you're gonna compare to, say, Los Angeles and people camping out on the streets, well, I haven't seen nearly as much. Like, I don't think there's a Skid Row of New York City. But correct me if I'm wrong, anyone out there. Thanks, man.
Oh, stone clouds is
That was yesterday?
Yeah.
This guy was getting mad at the ice truck?
The ice, yeah. Beat them up and stuff like that, yeah. And they left. After that, he beat up the car and stuff. They left.
Okay. So someone just ran out with a sandwich.
Or basically, when they get caught, sometimes they give it up, sometimes they don't.
Okay.
Some are kind of embarrassed, so they try to like retaliate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they like to vandalize stuff, and then after that.
Is there a lot of that these days?
Well, I've seen it in this store, not in the other stores, bro. But I would say in this location, it's pretty common.
All right. Thank you. Fist pumps. You too. I kept you off camera.
I appreciate that.
Security guard wanted to speak on camera, but he couldn't in uniform. So he's saying, you know, once someone grabs them, once they get out the door here, then they can go. But there's quite a presence in there. Let's give him a Subway.
God bless you, have a nice day.
We have some chess games going on here, Bryant Park, and such a cool place to just spend some time. Nice breeze has kicked in. It's extremely hot today, but it feels amazing. Bryant Park Reading Room.
We're very happy to have him here with us today. Please join me in welcoming Peter Moscos.
Peter's here.
Hi, thank you all for coming. It's a pleasure to be here. Hopefully I'll be on 10 minutes long.
I don't know Peter, but I want to check out his book now. This to me is one of the coolest parts of the city. Oh, look at that little zone for kids. You know, the city takes on all of these different energies And a place like this really slows it down, even though we're right in the middle of it. Bryant Park, I'd say, lowers the heart rate, blood pressure, and it's a lot of that almost European style Giovanni in Rome having a long lunch break vibe going on here. I bet they're not 2 hours though.
I think I've seen you on YouTube before.
What are you doing here? What's CBS?
Oh, this is Collins Building Service, just handyman work.
Okay, how's it going right now in the city?
Good, busy.
Busy.
Yeah.
You guys are
It picked
busy.
up. It picked up. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It picked up. They're doubling offices now, everything. So it's all busy now.
Offices are filling back up a
Yeah.
bit.
They want to see at least 80% there now.
Is that what they're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So how's your feel of the city overall right now?
It's pretty much back to normal.
You got a big family?
Yeah, I got 3 kids.
3 kids.
3 kids.
How's it raising kids in the city?
Oh, well, it's like it changed from when we were younger because the whole group, all the kids are crazy now. You see kids running the streets with guns and shit now. So I don't really let my kids out too much, like roaming out, but they get to do certain things, we do things, but I don't let them hang out with all the knuckleheads around the neighborhood. There was a little 13-year-old over there one time. He was wheeling. I told him, oh, wheelie your bike, wheelie. He said, you want to get popped? Little kid had a gun on a 13-year-old. I was like, holy shit. Where's his parents? His parents are walking down the block. He said, I was like, wow.
His
that's
parents
crazy.
were there.
Walking down the block, and he was with his parents and he had a gun on. What crazy.
What do you do?
I was with my friend. Me and my friend were like, "F***ing crazy, right? Look at this little kid." I felt bad for him.
Yeah, yeah, bad parenting. What part of the city was that in?
That's right in Harlem.
Harlem.
Harlem. There's a lot more like boys and girls clubs when you're growing up. You get that little like, friend zone.
Right.
You get to play sports and there's like less of that, I feel like.
Okay, okay.
Probably less of that.
What's your name?
Rob.
Peter.
Peter, nice to
Rob,
meet you.
nice to meet you. Take care. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man.
See
Nice
ya.
to meet you.
Yeah, stuff like this. It's just, if you're busy in your life, walking around every day, what are you gonna do about that? Like, you're gonna walk by most likely, because you're gonna see it in another corner. All right, I don't want to get heavy in this video. I'm feeling such a high vibe on New York, but again, I want to show you what I see. A lot more suits back in town and nicer shirts. You can see the office jobs are back. Okay, when I was a kid, I remember coming down here with my dad. We're on 42nd, and it was just pimps and hoes, pretty much this whole way. It was very seedy. I remember he had my hand, and he was like running me through the street because it was sketchy in those times. So, like everywhere, they're always going through cycles, and New York's gone through its cycles. So, from what I recall, 80s, early 90s maybe, pretty seedy. Got a lot better. Pandemic was not good for the city overall. And as far as life down here, I mean, it's really come back. Legendary Times Square. An iconic site. People know it from around the world.
She thinks that I'm gonna run. It's so nice, very good. Yes.
This is a part of the city most locals don't go to. This is, I guess, 90% tourist. Times changed a little bit since George Cohen was here. You guys are doing a great job. City's looking better. You feel it, yeah? One block at a time. All right, if we're gonna take the temperature of amount of tourists here, well, I'm seeing a lot of people. I'm surprised with this heat. I thought people would not be out. Those that have to work, obviously, but tourists, it's a hot one. Over 90 degrees, high humidity. I will say I didn't hear many European languages being spoken. Saw more Middle Easterners, more Asians. So make what you will of that. I'm not sure. At the hotel I'm staying at, there are a lot of Europeans. So some people have said European travel's down. I'm sure there's a statistic for that, but it's busy. Things are happening there.
Tajikistan.
Dushanbe.
Yes.
Dushanbe? Dushanbe, yeah. Dushanbe, wow. My most adventurous travel, or up there in the top 3, was Tajikistan. Right after we went to Afghanistan in 2001, the heroin trade just flooded out of Afghanistan like crazy. So the Russians were making a fortune from it, the Tajik government, and it was wild. That was on the #1 heroin route going out of Afghanistan. But a lot of guys like that were just awesome. Big smiles, some of the most hospitable people. Really a wild place. Huge mountains. I don't know if they changed the name, but at the time it was Mount Communism. I think 25,000 feet. All right, so I want to take you guys in here. Grand Central Station. It's just so cool, I can't pass it up. Most in the world, 67 tracks on 2 levels, 3/4 to 1 million people walking through here a day.
This is the famous clock. If you're planning to hijack it, let me know. We go together.
$10 to $20 million is the value of it. That is cool. I bet a lot of people walk right by it and will have no idea. 4 opal faces valued at $10 to $20 million. And the ceiling has 2,500 stars. So this is the place. If you want to get out of the city, it's got all the connections to upstate. White Plains, I believe that's Long Island, Melrose, Mount Vernon West, Poughkeepsie, right in the center of the city. Designed so well thought out to bring everyone in volume and to remove everyone in volume. One of the most famous shopping streets in the world. And to our left, Rockefeller Center, which I want to show you. Anyone visiting this city, this is just one of those zones you gotta go to. Especially if you love American Art Deco, like I do. It's so classic and timeless. So during the Great Depression, the government was putting a lot of people to work through building projects, art projects around the country. This, I'm sure, was mostly private though, being Rockefeller. But projects like this kept a lot of people from just going totally broke and not working at all. There's NBC News, a bunch of produce here. It's now the Comcast building. Beautiful artwork on the walls. See all the old elevators going high up above the city. Back in the day, it was elevator men at each elevator. Now there seems to be an attendant at each row. When's the last time you saw something like this? All of these elevators right next to one another. You have the U.S. mail letterbox. All the mail would come down from the offices above. And I just love refreshing into this place every time I come back to the city. Just features like this, flow and everything, all the design.
from Costa Rica.
Let's keep going. We're gonna go Upper East Side, which is Old Money, New York. It's beautiful. Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good.
How are things going with Uber these days?
Slow. Normally, I'm not working till 3, 4 o'clock.
Okay.
I start usually around 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm done by 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. It's getting way too expensive to live here, though. I've thought about getting out of New York City.
Really, the costs are crazy right now?
Absolutely nuts.
Rent still going up?
Yep.
The people you talk to, they're all feeling the same
Yep.
sort of situation?
Yep. I have quite a few of my friends who left city.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they going?
Mostly Jersey. Two of them actually went to Pennsylvania. They drive all the way from Pennsylvania to New York.
No way, they live over there.
Yeah.
How far is that commute?
About an hour and a half, 2 hours just from there to city.
Wow, and then they drive for a job. So they're driving all day. So even in the boroughs right now, say Queens, the Bronx, rent's still going up?
Yeah.
What can you get a place for, like 3-bedroom, modest place?
I think it's like about 3,500 right now.
Oh, wow.
Plus the utilities.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy in an Uber yesterday, and he's like, all I do is work, and I don't get ahead, and I don't save any money. And I'm like, why don't you go to like a mid-level city where the costs are half the amount? And I think there's plenty of work still.
The only advantage of New York is the laws are still in your favor, like you will be covered. Like say, I have a friend of mine, he bought a house in Jersey, right?
Right.
He moved to Jersey, but then he lost his insurance, his health insurance.
Oh, health insurance, okay.
New York kind of keeps it affordable, New York State. But he's in Jersey, and Jersey does not help you in any. What New York State does is like you make certain amount of money, and after that they subsidize. You got to be a copay, right?
Right.
You go to Jersey, you got to pay everything. It's all out of pocket expense. So that's basically the biggest reason why a lot of people don't leave New York.
And you can get rent control here too, right?
Yeah, I mean, but that's very difficult to get.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but people get that, yes.
How about raising kids here? How's that?
My kids are very young. Where I live, school district is very nice, so I haven't had any problems yet, but a lot of people who are living in Queens and Brooklyn, they're all complaining because school districts are not as safe anymore, not as clean anymore. There's a lot of, even for middle schools, there's a lot of drugs are available nowadays. It used to be like that before.
What borough do you live in?
I live on Santenello.
Oh, okay, I'm going there tomorrow. That's nice, right?
I think Santenello is the best borough out of the 5 ones because not everything is cramped on top of you.
There's some space out there.
There is space out there. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Best of luck. Here we go, Upper East Side. That is Andrew Carnegie's former mansion, one of the big barons of this country. And this is the old money here in New York City. And this was originally farmland in the 19th century. And then the railway came up here, the elevated railways, 1870s and 80s. And it turned it into what it is today. But during the Gilded Age, this is where the big names were planting their flag. The Astors, Carnegies, Rockefellers, grand mansions out here. Millionaires Row, they called it, nearby. And then it turned into more luxury apartments. For those that have the money and want a quieter New York City experience, this is it, because you got Central Park right here, and it's probably one of the safer areas in the city, and a bit quieter and way more expensive. Famous Guggenheim Museum, worth checking out. We're not going to do it, but worth checking out sometime. Okay, let's get a drink. The juice lady didn't want to be on camera, but she said business is down big time this summer. the last 2 years, actually, she says, one of those little carts, she pays to the city $5,000 every 5 months, I believe, and then another $500 to the person that I guess owns that or leases that space. So those two fees, this $13. So strawberry, banana, ice, and peanut butter. Skippy peanut butter. So the prices are high, and she says all the people out front, they're not buying this here. So they're always the numbers, right? The crime numbers or the economic numbers. And then there are people's experiences on the ground. So I try to look at all the data, and usually there's some sort of consensus, right? If you talk to 15 juice people during the course of a day, and they all say numbers are down, and I'm sure they're right and they're spot on. Some people might be exaggerating things, others not. It's really hard to know the exact truth of anything, but at least we get an understanding with experiences like this. Okay, so here we have a part of the city where doormen are still a thing. And you have these old apartments. You know, some of these places don't look that amazing, to be honest, from the outside. But the wealth here, look on Zillow, Upper East Side, Manhattan, I would say just to buy in, you know, a humble place, we're talking a couple million at least for something tiny, at like the floor to get in, and then it goes into the tens of millions here. When someone lives here, the doorman service comes with them, and so you just open the doors, take care of things.
Take care of them also, you know. So make sure they're, you know, they take care of us as well.
They do.
Yeah.
Do you like working out here?
Yes.
That's cool.
I like it. People are good in here. They got a lot of good tenants.
That's awesome.
Don't mind helping them out. You know. All right. Have a good one.
Take care.
All right. Nice.
Have a good one.
All right.
Delivery food situations off the chain here these days. So you see these guys on bikes draped over the handlebars with food, and on the back, and on some of the big thoroughfares, you see those bikes. It's like a chain of them. So there you have it. That's one of the doormen. It's really hard to go into one of these buildings, but you can get a little understanding of this world here. You know, quite established. You have your doorman. He's going to help you with whatever you might need. I'm sure he gets tipped very well. He said he gets taken care of well. So it's interesting. It's a world that most of us will never know, and it's sort of a time gone by, I would say, for most wealthy people. Is new wealth getting into this type of living? I don't think so. Correct me where I'm wrong out there, new wealth. If you're looking for these apartments, I think they're looking for maybe something more modern and bigger, but I could be wrong on that. And those old school services, right? Like the guy opening your door maybe might not be so popular these days for younger people, but you never know. Anyways, there's plenty of it here. And here we have an old school guy that's probably been doing it for decades. The uniform. Wow, this is amazing. My first time on an e-bike, and what a good decision. Little wind around the face. Let's cruise into Central Park, get a look-see. One of the huge perks to living over here is I'm right across the street, and all of a sudden we're in Central Park. It's 2.5 miles long, 0.5 miles wide, bigger than Monaco. All the way over there, all the way down there.
Give me a smile, young lady.
Quite detailed in here. You can go off on all of these little paths. There are ponds, there are rock areas, baseball fields, big swimming pool. Such awesome forethought when designing the city. to make this park. It goes on and on forever. It starts getting nicer up here actually. We're at 85th, still Upper East Side. We wrapped around Central Park, came back. We're going to the Bronx next, but it looks actually a bit cooler up here than what we first saw when we got out of the Uber. Yeah, there's tons of exploring up here, that's for sure. Let's turn up the volume a bit. 149th and 3rd, the Bronx. See, we have different security in the subway. You guys are Army. I heard crime is down a lot in the subway.
Actually, with this and my membership, the Army, I don't know if you see, but almost in every train, Manhattan, Queens, York, everywhere. After like they've seen that, they notice more people of the Army and NYPD as well. So, yes, you're right.
Cool. Here we are, 3rd Ave, 149th Street, known as the Hub.
875.
So the weather's come in, bit of rain, but not too bad. Cooled things down a tiny bit. And this is the Hub, so known as a big transport area. A lot of subway lines come in here. We're deep in the Bronx now. This is the real deal out here. And I just wanted to show you guys a different New York City because there are many faces to this city. And most of the time when people think of New York from the outside, they're thinking Manhattan. But the city goes on for an eternity. We're just touching a bit of it today, but I wanted to show you a different side. Last time I was here, it was 5 years ago. Things were pretty bad. That was in the thick of COVID. And down here, there were just so many guys using drugs openly on the street, and we'll see if it's changed. So vibrant neighborhood. You can see a lot of people cleared off all those trash bags out there, all that trash. A lot of street vendors here normally, but because of the rain, I think they just packed it up for the day. Yeah, unfortunately guys, it's that same old drug scene on the streets. That hasn't changed. Well, I'd say if I'm comparing, it looks pretty similar. All right, so I almost got to the area where it was just a disaster last time, and there's this group of guys, and I came up and I said, I'm making a video about New York City, and you guys are all from here. I'd love to get your take on things, represent the Bronx a little. It was a dance, played it well, could have gone really wrong. So I've turned around and I'm gonna just move through here. Most people, great people here, I'm sure. And then some people, it's like, all right, who's the dude with the camera? Actually, who's the white dude with the camera? What's he doing? So you have to build that trust, and it's just a game of feeling it out and trying to talk to people. So, giving my best, guys. Sometimes it's easier than others. I don't know why. It just could be the weather, could be a whole host of factors, but it's just sometimes it is easier to get people on camera than others. Thanks, venue, guys. It's all right. Keeping it clean.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, these street cleaner guys back here had a lot of knowledge. Unfortunately, again, they can't be on camera. City uniforms. If they stop for just a couple days, they said 4, this would be complete trash. And it's just a constant process. It's a problem here. Now, they've done a good job cleaning up this, but there's one guy said this morning he was getting yelled at for using the leaf blower and he wasn't pointing it at anyone, but it's just a constant process. Thanks, you guys. Looks good. Take care, man. All right, this guy just told me, just clean this in 30 minutes. It's going back to trash. All right, people that live here, I'm just showing you what I see, first impressions. There are a lot of great families here, a lot of good people here. There's stuff that I can't see, but I'm sharing with you what I come into. You want to be in it? Yes. Okay, you're from here.
Yeah. Well, not here.
Okay, tell us about this neighborhood.
It's disgusting.
It's ghetto.
It's treacherous. Don't come over here if you're a tourist.
Okay.
Are you a tourist?
I'm making a video.
Okay, so don't be over here.
This is ghetto.
When it's dark.
And it's very, very dangerous.
So what are you ladies doing over here then?
We're going to my cousin's house. Because,
Okay.
you know, we're real street New Yorkers, so we're built for this life, you know?
Is it a he or she?
It's a she.
Is she ghetto and dangerous?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Very classy, very demure.
All right, can I come?
Yeah. No, no, no.
No. No, making a video, so you're okay with that?
Yeah, we're fine.
But it's great. Okay, so you're some bright faces. So you don't hang out in these parts necessarily. Black Friday every day. We got 5 stories of NB Nails here, but it looks like Lola is taking over at the bottom. A bunch of small local businesses. There's some of the chains, obviously, like Cricket, but there we go with empanadas, and it's a mix. You're gonna find a lot of the people that are working in Manhattan live out in these areas. Not everyone, obviously, but they're gonna go where the rent's cheaper, then go into Manhattan where the pay is better. All right, guys, so there's one more location I want to bring you to. It's going to be a surprise for me, and I know a surprise for you, or at least 99% of you out there that wouldn't think this exists in the Bronx. I'm excited for this one, and now we're stepping into a completely different world from here. Got to get an Uber and get it before that daylight goes away.
Hey, Peter.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. What's your name?
Azula?
Azula?
Yes.
Where's that name from?
That's from Uzbekistan.
Tashkent.
Oh, yeah, you know Tashkent.
I know Tashkent.
That's good. That's good.
I love Samarkand. I actually gave a speech at a wedding in Samarkand.
Oh, nice. Which wedding did you
Some people I met in Samarkand, and they wanted me to be part of their wedding and make a speech. And my Russian is, especially at that time, pretty primitive. So I got up in front of a crowd of people and talked about the good people of Uzbekistan. I sound like a politician.
Wow.
But it was a great experience.
Nice.
I loved Uzbekistan.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you that you love my country.
How long have you been here?
Almost 3 years, yeah.
How is it?
I love it, yeah. It's beautiful.
All right, Zulog says, come sit up front. I appreciate it, man.
There you go. Yeah.
So you have fresh eyes on the United States because you just came here 3 years ago.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts overall? Like, what do you think about the country? And you won't offend me. You can say whatever you want.
Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. So the United States is like, you know, it was my dreams like country before.
Yeah.
I mean, here, like, during my childhood, I used to watch a lot of American movies, all the Spider-Man things.
Okay.
Fantastic Marvel movies. And then it was like boosting my mind, coming here, travel, you know. And then I talked to my friend, hey, can you just punch me or do something? Like I was still thinking like I'm in my dream.
What do you think about the American culture or the people so far? What are your thoughts on that?
I can tell you about my first impression about American people. You know, coming to States, I have like different, you know, different like opinions about the States. I watched some horror movies like, you know, gangsters and everything. Maybe it is dangerous going there, maybe it's not. First I started living in Virginia. I did my internship there and I met with supervisor and her name was, if she's gonna see on YouTube, so I'm gonna say hi to her.
Cool.
Her name
Shout out to, what's her name?
Her name is Darlene Romilski.
Shout out to Darlene.
Yes, and she's the person that she start also teaching me how to communicate, how to start living in the States. Like in the world there are like two type of people, like givers and takers. that what always she says, try to be givers, try to give all the time. Whatever you can do, whatever you can help, try to give it, but stay away from takers. That's what she says to me.
That's
and
great. Good advice from Darlene.
Yeah, and after start living and working with her, I start knowing that American people are the most kindest, and you know, they are so welcoming. Each state has different vibe, different lifestyles, different people, and this is what I really love it. The Bronx is a good place, but you gotta be careful here. If the longer trips comes, I accept it. If the short trips comes, I don't. I just stop and go back to city, go back to Manhattan. This is what I prefer.
Well, thanks for picking me up.
Yeah, it was like 30 minutes, and you have a very good rating. 493. I always pay attention to the right.
What's my rating?
Right, 493, which is nice.
Okay.
440, 430, something. They always have problems. Once I faced with one guy, he had the 430, you know, plus ratings, and he gave me a heart attack. Okay. That was in Bronx. After that, I told myself I'm not gonna work here. Even if I come, I'm gonna stop and go back to city.
And we're going to a part of the Bronx I had no idea existed, as in it's separated from the Bronx.
It is City Island, and it's nice.
City Island.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. It's like a charming little town. Yeah. Okay, man. You can just drop me off here.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah.
All the best.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys, we made it. And wow, what a different feel over here. I can't believe this is New York City. And there's a lot of salt in the air, salt water surrounding the island. We're on a small island. Check it out on Google Maps, or maybe I'll put the map up here. Still part of New York City, still part of the Bronx. That's what's so cool. So when someone says New York City and labels it easily, it's impossible. Because here and where we started today, and many of the neighborhoods we went through, they're all different. And then when you even try to label, the Bronx is such and such. And well, you could be out here, you could be where we just were. There's some really pristine neighborhoods in the Bronx also, with nice old mansions. So you can't even label that easily. So that's pretty much how the world works with most places. So let's canvass a few neighborhoods before the light completely goes away. I'm gonna try to keep the rain off the lens, but I'm not gonna be totally successful. Bear with me here. I read online last night, it's got a small town New England feel and style. And first impressions, I can agree with that for sure. Okay, 19th century, it was used as a shipbuilding hub. Then the oyster industry came in the late 1800s. And then the 20th century, maritime culture during both world wars. This is just like small town America here. Look at that white picket fence, flag on the porch. This guy's got the candles, the fake candles in the window. Look at this cute place. You have the chairs out on the porch. Oh, there's a film shoot. There we go. Looks like a movie's coming. Maybe the guys we saw today. Birds chirping. Hope this comes through the camera. God, I want another 5 hours of daylight. It's coming down hard. Drenched all the way through. So let's finish with a good meal here and leave this island up to our imagination, because it looks very interesting. But unfortunately, for another time. Let's get in here. How's the food in here, guys? Pretty good?
Yeah, it's good, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright, we have some lobster specials here. Lobster and scallop, 8 stuffed shrimp, 6 shrimp, 4-ounce tail, cluster snow, some cocktails. Quite an extensive menu here. I'm feeling like scallops, maybe some lobster. Thank you, sir. Old school, they just come in and drop in 14 inches of garlic bread before you get going. This place has stories and history. Look at how they kept the roof inside Joe V's. Here we go. The lobster and scallops. Let this guy go here. Start with the scallops. Standard, pretty good, pretty good. And then they hit it with a good amount of butter and then bake it. That's nice. Look, it's not the top tier lobster because it's $30 for all of this in New York City, which is quite amazing, but it's good. Now, so we just did from the southern tip of Manhattan, New Amsterdam, to City Island, skipped over so much along the way, and then didn't even get to Queens, Staten Island, or Brooklyn. That's how big this place is. Tomorrow is Staten Island, though. That's going to be interesting. Never bet. All right, guys, end of the road here. What a journey today. A few takeaways. What's New York City like now? From my outside perspective, I haven't been here in 2 years. I would say it's got a lot of its buzz back. It has a lot more of its energy, sort of like pre-pandemic feel. So that was great. Secondly, the Uber drivers I talked to, the food stall people I talked to, they all seem to say that the financial pressure is higher now. It seems like it's a tougher crack to pay rent and keep up with bills and make enough money. Now, New York's always been expensive, but I heard it more from those people this trip than prior trips. And then lastly, if we go shoot this video tomorrow, it's a totally different video, totally different cast of characters. They'll say different things. So keep that in mind when watching content like mine. Nothing's on a video like today is organized or set up. I don't know what people are gonna say. I don't know who I'm gonna run into. Most people today didn't want to be on camera. I think it was because of the heat. It was so hot today. It was brutal and people just wanted to get from point A to point B. But always keep that in mind with content. And to understand this city fully is almost next to impossible because it's massive and there are millions of stories to be told. So watch my content, watch other people's content, stay curious, ask questions. Have 2 more videos from New York City, one about corruption, one about Staten Island, which I actually am going to shoot tomorrow. So check those out. Thanks for coming along on this journey, you guys. Until the next one.